Yo,
Oh, that guy in the blue
what's
building
up, y'all?
does have
What's
some
going on? How everybody doing?
there are
How y'all mamas
two
doing?
over there.
Hopefully everybody having a nice day. You know what I'm saying? A good little early morning. Um, Yapatron activation. You understand what I'm saying to you? We're just checking out a little bit of Fixate right now. Is he hunting down the Timmys on solos in Warzone, man? And hey, happy Monday. Glad that we all here. Look at the Timmy. Look at the Timmy. Run him over. Oh my God, he ain't get the Timmy. Yep, get it out. Get it out. Yes, sir. Get it out. Oh my God. How did he miss the rocket? I wanted the rocket. I wanted it. I wanted the rocket, chat. I wanted it. I wanted
Maybe
it.
four? I don't know.
But let's see what we got. How many we got left? 4 players left. Okay, let's see. See if we clutch it up. Let's get a little hype in the chat while we waiting. Get a little. Okay.
Okay!
Hey, that was funny. That was funny right there.
Your primary objective is to kill them all.
It is the primary objective to kill them all. Let's go, Fixie. Clutch it up, baby. Get him. Oh my God, he blew himself up. Holy cannoli. Oh my God, dude. He blew himself up.
Ow. Why is there such a delay, dude?
Oh my God, he blew
If he
himself
doesn't
up.
throw the thermite, I was just getting beamed, so I had to slide a little bit. I mean, we die either way. The only
Yeah.
way we live is if we have our AR out.
Yeah, he was going out on the shield either way, but that's a tough way to go.
Chow.
Okay, it's a tough way to go. Let's get a little bit of emotional damage in the chat. Fix it. That was tough.
Emotional damage!
Yeah, that was tough, Fix. I ain't gonna lie, baby.
9 years for the rocket to launch.
Yeah, that was a tough one, baby. That was a tough one. But you know what? It was a noble try. It was noble. It was fair. It was honest. You know, he missed the one rocket. But he had a chance at the group of Timmys right there. It seemed like he got one of them.
But I was getting sniped from behind
And
so who knows?
you know, it just didn't end well. Yeah, he just rolled right in the middle of the blender right there. But that's okay. You know what? I mean, at this point, Warzone is so fun. What's up, Cherry? What's going on, Cherry? Good to see you. How you been, Cherry? You good? How's everything on the homestead? Hopefully everything is going as it should. And you know, all is well. Let me get I'm good, Cherry. I'm good. I'm very good actually. Having a wonderful day. Go ahead on and grab this real quick. Grab that. And then
do I want to talk about it? I don't know, we just did. But I mean, yeah, there's no way to live there unless I had my AR out.
Take that. And then I'm gonna move that on over here where it should.
I had to duck back behind the car or we're dead. That guy's literally hitting me with 100% accuracy right
Yeah,
now.
that was a tough one. That was a tough one. Popeye, what's up, baby?
The ADS. We have no choice.
Starting to get me to think a little now. Not too long away from home, I think. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we getting there, huh? So we getting to a place where we could be, you know, comfortable and happy like we should be. What's up, Popeye? What's going on, baby? How you doing, man? It's good to see you. I saw you guys on Warzone last night, but I was running some solos and some one-on-ones, some two-on-twos with some of the homies from TikTok, and I didn't get a chance to get to you guys, but I did see everybody online last night in the Warzone, and we do have to get back on the stream because that was a lot of fun running around with Popeye and Shadow Shadnick. You know, shout out to the both of those guys, man. We had a wonderful time. Hopefully we could get Marcus in there and figure his whole thing out and you know, and get him some time up there on the stage too. Because that was definitely a lot of fun. Just working and trying to learn the game. Yeah, for sure. We got to figure out how to crank up them emos, baby. We still haven't figured that out yet. Well, I personally haven't, but I still got to figure that out. But we're gonna figure it out. Yeah, I had a lot of fun, Popeye. It was lit, baby. It was lit. Let me get a little hype in the chat for my man Popeye right there. You know what I'm saying? Let me get a little you win, baby, because you are a winner.
You win!
Yeah, and you do win. You win. 2 winners in the chat. We got Cherry in here too. Let me get a little bit of love in the chat for Cherry, you know, from across the pond. You know what I'm saying? Let me show some love.
Am I going to collab with Peppa Pig? No.
You know, I got it figured out. I was emoting on everyone last night. Oh, so you figured out how to do it? What? What was the keybind? We never figured it out. What was it? Yeah, tell us the keybind in the chat so everybody knows. I'm gonna snooze that ad break just because we're talking. We get to the ad break in a minute. But yeah, man, good to see everybody in the chat hanging out on a little a little early day. Yeah, go ahead, Cherry, do your thing. Appreciate you for stopping by and saying hey.
Only had to use the ticket system. That's usually a 72-hour response. Okay, so then
I have to set it. It is an advanced overlay set. Oh wow, okay. So you had to go. So you had to do some like settings, like then like the settings in Call of Duty, and then some other settings. That's interesting. Wow. Why would that be so difficult to emote? Why are they gatekeeping the emote? But I'm glad that you got it figured out though. I'm looking forward to it now. I want to see some Timmy's getting emoted on, baby.
It's not like an indictment of Warzone. It's just Blackout was better. I think the loadout system really.
See, okay, chat. See, hold on. So see, that was an interesting point he was saying right there. Did anybody play Blackout? Did you guys play Blackout? And if you did, what do you remember about Blackout? I thought that Blackout was pretty good. I kind of felt like the way that you like built loadouts and like like you had the backpack thing that you had to manage as far as like heals and armor and like attachments as far as like your weapon is concerned. Like I felt like that was kind of an interesting way to make that time in between engagements with players go by a little bit quicker because you did spend a good amount of time like doing that, like arranging a weapon and arranging a bag or whatever. But now that we have extraction shooters, that kind of seems to be like the norm, right? So like something that Blackout did that was kind of like, I don't want to say groundbreaking, but it definitely was like new for Call of Duty. Like they brought that in, and then now we have something totally different, like with Verdansk and like all of the different iterations of Warzone, where we did have a backpack at one point and they took it away. We did have like slower movement and like slower, time in between engagements, and they took that away. And so now what we are kind of left with is like an enhanced version of Verdansk. Everybody seems to love it, and I'm in that same group. I'm loving it, and I'm having a blast playing me some Warzone. And but yeah, interested to see, hear anybody's thoughts around that. You know what I'm saying? Just as far as like what Blackout was like, and do you want to see any of that come back? What's up? What's up? What's up? Now pronounce this for me. Spell it. Do I need to spell it phonetically? I heard yesterday it was a Abideric. I want to make sure that I'm saying it right because I was watching your stream and I know you guys were saying, "Hey, Espadale, what's up? What's going on, man?" I appreciate all y'all for stopping by, man. It's lit, man. Good to see everybody. Yeah, I'm gonna start clipping everything as you should, Popeye. As you should. You should definitely be clipping. But okay, we'll go with Abe then. We'll go with Abe. Okay, that's cool. I just want to make sure that I show all y'all some love in the appropriate way. Let me get a little bit of hype in the chat for Abe. Let me get a little bit of Let's see what we want right here. Let me get a little let me get a little victory music. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Take it up for Abe in the chat, baby. We're so close to affiliate now, Popeye. Yeah, I feel like you should probably have affiliate soon. Like, I want to say, I don't know, sometime like this week, maybe, depending on how often you plan on streaming this week. But you should be very, very close, brother. And trust me when I say, as soon as you hit affiliate, that's when the work really begins, bro. Like it takes some work to get to affiliate, but once you get there, like that's when you really start, like, like really getting into the weeds. But that's good, man. I'm glad to hear that, and I'm happy for you. Let me get a little bit of get a little activity in the chat for Asphodel pulling up. Let me get a little John in that, baby. Yeah, there we go. You know what I'm saying? Showing some love as we should be. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna stop by and check you out playing some Schedule 1 because I definitely want to see some more of that game. I do like it. I do enjoy it. It seems to be like it's a simple game, but it's very entertaining. It's very fun. So I do enjoy watching. I will be stopping by to check you out, Asphodel. I appreciate you for stopping by. Oh wow, look at this. Is he gonna RPG this boy? Oh, okay. Oh, it's 2 players. Oh my god. Yeah, I didn't hear any footsteps at all. Let's see. Is he gonna get away? Oh, get out and get him. Oh my God. It's like kind of like GTA. You know how it's hard to drive and shoot in GTA? Oh, here we go. Oh no.
There's no way I whipped that. That's crazy.
Yeah, he will. I'm gonna stream it tomorrow. I've been playing South of Midnight recently. Okay, so give me your thoughts on that real quick. I'm gonna pause this. I just want to see. So, how do you feel about South of Midnight? Let's look at some South of Midnight real quick, chat. While we talk about that, maybe if I just type it in and just see who's playing. But I want to hear what you think about it. What do you think about South of Midnight? Yeah, I heard that too, Papa. I heard it's a great game, and so I kind of want to check it out. Let's see. Let's see it.
The little red stuff is still all over that mansion.
I'm gonna turn that down just a tad so we could chat.
I don't think that's supposed to be
But
there.
this is one of the games that I did want to play on the channel. I did want to play this
Or maybe it's
just
still
because.
something evil lurking.
But people are saying that it's kind of short too. Like the game is not, I guess like as long as you would think,
You gotta get down
and
to
so
it.
people were kind of disappointed in that, you know. But it does seem like a very simple game to play, and it also seems like the game itself looks beautiful. It's a beautiful looking game, and I kind of like that whole like the 30 FPS sort of thing that they got going on. You know what I mean?
Oh, we can find out.
But yeah,
Oh, it says we gotta climb over. Okay.
been playing South of Midnight. Damn. Anybody else play South of Midnight in the chat?
Oh,
The story
so
is good too. I really like it. There's a lot of story to it and foreshadowing in it. Okay. Okay. Interesting. 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 I hope I'm not selling the clip right here by showing this, but um, yeah, I want to play this. I'm hyped. I'm hyped to play this. It's a couple of games that I have on my list that I want to play. I'm waiting on the I keep talking about this on the stream, but I'm waiting on the Hello Kitty game to go on sale because I want to play Hello Kitty.
more thorns.
Because I hear it's like Animal Crossing. And Animal Crossing is a phenomenal game.
Where am I anyway? Let's find out, sis.
So if Animal Crossing is good and the Hello Kitty game is supposed to be like Animal Crossing, then I definitely will play that. Oh, we on ads, okay. Let me get a little bit of emotional damage for the ads,
Okay.
because that's just like, oh my
Viewers
God.
said to be chosen by
Right when I was
women
making a
to
point.
trends.
Emotional damage.
You know what I'm saying? Making me sad.
Use their
But that's
beliefs
okay. I'm gonna
to
be all right.
control
I'm a survivor.
them. Stigma is the result of the grand tapestry warping due to trauma.
Mm.
Most people cannot see or feel stigma, but weavers can. Okay.
Oh, I like how they kind of personify things like stigma and trauma. That's nice. Like they characterize it, like they make it like a thing that you combat, or like, you know, a part of the environment that the player has to deal with. I like that.
It's a lot of crows here too.
This was my way downriver.
See, so
Only way
that's,
forward is down.
so that's the way that we need to go. So let's go this way first.
I like the voice acting.
Foxes. The storm's got all the fuzzy guys out and about.
Oh, I was about to say, can I go in that hole? I can't.
Mm-hmm.
The foxes was pretty though. Let's go downriver.
Wow, chat. This game looks really good, man. This is a really good looking game. Appreciate everybody that's hanging out with us in the chat. We're just looking at some South of Midnight here, ladies and gentlemen. If you've never seen this game before, this is like one of the games that I want to play on the channel for sure. I definitely want to
Definitely don't want to go
spend a little bit of time with it. Hopefully we can get through the whole entire game, but we still have to get through Assassin's Creed Shadows. And we got City of the Wolves coming up, so we got to get into that. We also got to get back into Street Fighter, but I think I might. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get back into some Street Fighter, but I'm trying to decide where I want to sneak that in at, because I do want to be ready for June when Elena drops, but that's in June. See what I'm saying? And all the while, we still got like another event in Warzone coming up that I think in like 2 or 3 days. So we got to get through that. So we got a couple of little things to go on the channel, man. But we definitely gonna be playing the games, bro.
Rose is calling, eh?
And then I guess I'm gonna play Marathon. I guess I don't know. The hype level is I'm not hyped. Are you guys hyped for Marathon? Is anybody hyped?
Can I go in here?
I'm not hyped. I'm not hyped for Marathon. But I guess we're gonna play it. I guess if we get a code, maybe.
Shit. Hell no, it's
We got to join the Discord and find out when the closed beta or the open beta is. Okay, hold on. Let me pause this real quick. Let me read. Okay, you can choose to do either storyline balance, which is story and combat. Then there's one for making it more harder, and then you got custom, which I haven't looked at yet. Be prepared for some sad stories for some. Oh, okay. Really, really. What's up, Austin? What's going on, brother? Man, how you feeling, brother? Good to see you in the chat, hanging out with us. Let me get a little bit of hype in the chat from my man Austin, real quick. Let me get a little. What do we want here? Let me get a little. Let me get a little. Because we can do this all night. Yeah, we can. Yep, sure can. Just hanging in there. Yeah, yeah. You fighting a good fight, baby. And you know what? I know it's gonna be tough for a little bit, but you're gonna be all right. Just hang in there, man. Like I said, anytime, come on in the room, baby. It's always some love to get spread around over here, baby. But wow, yeah, okay. So it's after midnight. Mature content. I'm kind of excited. Okay, let's see. Amplified attack. What is that? Ready to kick some butt on Warzone in a while? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down. We gonna probably be on stream for maybe like, I don't know, maybe like an hour, maybe two, and then hop on the dang on game. I just love any kind of Voodoo Swamp storyline. Same, Papa. I'm loving it, bro. I'm here for it. I'm all about it. I'm just wondering how deep they go, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I want to see all of that. I want to see how deep they go into like that whole, you know, I don't want to call it necessarily a time period, but I just want to see how they go into that whole like chapter of like, you know, history and culture as far as like, you know, what was going on in the South, you know? Because you can hear it in the music, you can see it in the art style. Is that Flintlock? No, this is South of Midnight that we watching right now, baby.
Press to lock onto an enemy used to switch targets. Oh, okay. A flash of red arrow inflicts danger. Okay.
Yeah, Chad, I'm excited. I'm excited for this. Let's take a look at see who else. Let's take a look at Ink Slasher for a little bit. Let's see him get some Warzone. You got some open lobbies going on right now. Let's see what's going on with that. Spectate a little more.
Wow, I'm impressed all around.
I got over 6 of my ARs royal camo. So this game has already made me cry. Wow, wait a minute, hold on. So okay, so So the game made you cry, huh? It's been a minute since I played a game that made me cry though, brother. I'm not gonna lie. So that means the story gotta be serious. The last story that really like, because you know, like y'all got, you know me, baby. I'll be on here crying, bro. It don't seem like it, and no, it doesn't look like it, but I'll be on the boy. That's the first thing I'm gonna do is shed a little thug tear. You understand me? I'll be on here crying, baby. But one thing you gotta understand is that I do think that it takes a compelling story, like when Joel died, that almost got me. When Joel died in Last of Us, they almost got me with that. But you know where they did get me at? They got me in God of War Ragnarok, bro. Yep. That's where I finally broke down. They got me because it's just as you like, it's a coming of age story for Atreus, but then it's also like a coming of age story for Kratos. You know what I'm saying? Like where they both have to kind of grow and evolve and like build a new relationship, like as Atreus grows and becomes like who he is ultimately gonna become, and then like all of this other turmoil and craziness is going on, and then Kratos is kind of like caught in the middle of all of that and still having to be like a father who is you know, the father to a boy who has lost his mother. Like, you see what I'm saying? And so he has to kind of play both sides now. So now he has to be like this real hard edge, like, you know, stoic warrior type, but then also has to be nurturing. You see what I'm saying? And put on like, you know, some of the qualities that he or you know, provide some of the enrichment that Atreus would receive from his mother, but then Kratos now has to be that. You see what I'm saying? And so That I ain't gonna lie, that part that got me. That game it got me. It definitely made me cry. God of War Ragnarok was a really good game. I just hope they continue the series or something because it's a really fun game to play. Yeah, agreed. I watched gameplay for God of War. I stand and made. Yeah, yeah, it got me. It got me just because it got me to thinking like, what would I do in that situation? Like like if I were a father to a child that lost their mother, and like how um like despite all of just just worldly craziness that's going on, and it's supposed to be like literally like the end of the world, and I had to raise like a teenage boy in the way that a father would, but then now you know out of character for me, like I also have to nurture him in the way that a mother would, which is kind of crazy. That's how it was when I lost my mom and all I have my father. Ooh, okay. Austin getting deep, boy. Boy, y'all about to have me up here crying before noon. Hold on, let's get back to some Warzone. Ooh wee.
We can watch Super and Storage then.
But yeah, loving some Ink Slasher. I'm loving Verdansk vibes in general. I think it's really fun.
We're gonna have to go for the.
But chapter six of my
WAs again.
but
We've
chapter
been
six
long
is
enough.
hold on. But chapter six of South of Midnight got me, and apparently, according to my friend, I'm in store for more crying later on. Holy. Okay, Asmodale, did you play Stray? Did you play that game Stray? You know the game with the cat. I played that game, bro. Oh my god, hold. Let me get a little bit of emotional damage in the chat, baby, because that definitely was some emotional damage for when I played Stray.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, I played Stray that game. Ooh, man, that was another one that had me up in here crying. I didn't play it on stream, but when I did play it, man, that was another game that I felt like um deserved a little bit more love than it got. I know a lot of people were like, "What is the point in this game?" You don't do any like, you know, I guess like, like you would expect to be in like I guess like an action based sort of game. It's not like how we just watched the South of Midnight where you like fighting monsters and stuff. Like that's not Stray at all. But Stray is definitely a story that it is very much so a story, and it's kind of plays out just a video game format where it's like some real deep plot points, some serious tropes in there, man. And I would encourage anybody to check it out if you get a chance. Don't get me wrong, I have not seen the Last of Us TV series yet. Now that's really good too. The actual TV series is really captivating as well. Let me start this back up. Give me 1 second, chat.
Floor of that side. Just careful here. Shit. You got him. That's a team wipe, and then we have that buy right there.
Okay, yeah. Last of Us is really good too. The game and the TV series is top tier, brother. It's top tier entertainment. I would say um you don't necessarily need
There's two teams over here.
to
Let's go fight
play
these.
the games in order to watch the
You guys have
TV
something or
series,
something?
but I do think
You guys
in
have a
order
resin?
to get the full breath, it would be helpful. Like if you have some experience or you have seen, the Last of Us games. So when you fire up the TV series, you're not just like picking it up and not understanding who these people are. Oh my god. I'm playing The Last of Us Part 2, but I never played Part 1. Bro, I gotta be real, baby. T-Money gotta be real. Hold on, give me 1 second. The Last of Us Part 2, it was a good game. It was good. But man, that pissed me off when they killed Joel, baby. When they killed Joel, I stood up out my seat. I was shaking my fist in the air like this. I was so pissed off when they killed Joel. I wanted to fight somebody. I wanted to go to Naughty Dog, like, come out in this parking lot, boy. Let's square up. And I hated Abby, bro. Oh my God. For the longest time, it took me a minute, like, even just like recently, like when I started watching the TV series, I kind of like started to kind of like let Abby slide a little bit, bro. But during the time, like when that was like peak gaming, like when Last of Us 2 was like the game to be playing, oh my God, I hated Abby. I wanted her to die so bad. That entire game, I wanted her to die so bad. I was like, somebody please kill this bitch. Yeah, I'm sorry. I shouldn't say the B word, but that was how I felt, bro. I was like, oh my god, I hate the character.
Got him. Hello.
Because she was all like awkwardly jacked or whatever, and that's fine. You know, I don't have any issue with, you know what I'm saying, like people being in shape, whether they be male or female. I don't have a problem with that in like the real world or anything like that. But I don't know. I just it just was something about the character that was rubbing me the wrong way, and then like the story and the way it was playing out, and yeah. But I'm over it now. You know, I'm over it. I'm over it. When I played it, it put me in some freaking tears because Joel helped out Ellie, and all of a sudden now she lost the person that cared about her the most. Yep, yep. That same sort of Kratos Atreus situation where it's like a like a male, you know, like stoic kind of like heroic. You know what I'm saying? Like not necessarily anti-hero, but it kind of made him seem that way when they killed him. I love The Last of Us. I heard they're making a deeper Abby story, but I don't think it's confirmed yet. True. Okay, what's up, Drippy Lulu? What's going on? Let me get a little hype in the chat for Drippy Lulu real quick. That's my good homie. Let me get a little you win because you are a winner, baby. You know what I'm saying? And T Money always happy to see you showing up in the chat as usual. You should play. You should try playing the game Life is Strange. I heard that, bro. I heard that Life is Strange is good. So we already starting the backlog. We got Hello Kitty, South of Midnight, Life is Strange. Hey Marcus, what's going on, baby? What's up, brother man? What's up, man? Let me get a little hype in the chat for Marcus pulling up, bro. Let me get a little let me see. Let me get a little John in there for my man Marcus.
What?
Appreciate you for pulling up, brother man. Good to see you, bro. Hopefully everything is good. Is what good, Drippy Lulu? Are we talking about what, the Hello Kitty game? We talking about South of Midnight or what? Because apparently South of Midnight is great. Like we should all be playing it. But Life is Strange, I haven't had a chance to play that yet, but apparently that's good too. So let's see more.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what the hell.
So I'm not entirely sure.
Though. Basically, guys, at this point, if you see someone, ping them.
I do want to play some Life is Strange though. I've been watching a lot of people stream that. Zinzro streams that. Let me see if I can find her channel. Zinzro streams that. Is that changing that for you guys? Well, I'll put it in the chat
I'm
later.
worried about this side over this hill.
Life is Strange 2, I think, is the most saddest game ever of two brothers. Holy.
We know they're in dealer. We know there's somewhere in there.
Wait, so but don't sell the clip, Austin. Nobody. I don't think anybody in the chat has played it. Anybody in the chat played this? Not Warzone. Obviously, everybody played that. I'm talking about Life is Strange.
We're going for the W, boys. Yeah, that was a
I would like to see a win. It just seems like when I've been watching the streamers, bro, outside of the big streamers, like you know, like the Swags, the Tim the Tap Man, the Symphony, and all of that, like the Bobby Poff and all of that. I haven't seen streamers win in Warzone consistently, baby. I've seen more streamers hop into Warzone casual and just play and have fun than I have seen streamers in the actual battle royale and get a dub. I don't know if that's good or bad. I'm just letting you know what I'm seeing out here in the streets. Noisy Butters, I think she won a couple of games. Well, yeah, because Butters is cracked. Butters is like really good. Yeah, Butters is kind of cracked. Like that was textbook. He shredded that guy and hit up there so fast. Like that's the caliber of player that's in Verdansk, bro. Yeah, you got to get up there and get him now. You kind of got to get up there and get him, baby.
Higher the better.
I like Ink's videos because he talks the truth about what's going on in Call of Duty. Yeah, factual. Yeah, they do. They definitely need to buff the other snipers. They don't necessarily need to nerf the HDR as much as they need to buff the other one. Like the AMR Mod 4, they destroyed that sniper rifle in Warzone, and I have no idea why they did that. I have no idea why they did that. Sorry, chat.
I needed an airstrike on that. Remember I said that's the hill we're gonna have to worry about?
HDR needs to be HDR because that gun is so good. Yeah, HDR do be HDRing, but it also needs to be like other viable options to deal with that. Like I would like to see some of the marksmen get a buff. Like I would, because what is the point of having a marksman class in the game if it's not good? Like I would like to see the DM10 get a buff that's closer to like the Car 98. I would like to see I would like to see the TR2 get a buff that's closer to like the Car 98, just as far as like, you know, the ability to do damage like that over from that far away. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna. I know everybody. I'm gonna probably get some shit for this, but I think they need to nerf that. They need to nerf that Car 98 just out of the meta altogether. They just need to just nerf it up out of there, and so that other people can, you know, get their play styles off. And they really need to try to buff some of the Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 weapons, because other than that, they just add bulk to the weapon pool. When the only two good games in Verdansk, only two good guns in Verdansk right now are the AMAX and the HDR. Nobody else is using anything else. Those are the two most competitive weapons, the AMAX and the HDR. Everything else is a tier below. Yep, ARs, SMGs, LMGs, and marksmen are my favorite weapons. Yeah, for me, it's ARs and marksmen. That's what I love using in any Call of Duty. Those are the two best weapons that, you know, those are the two classes that I grind through first when I'm doing the, oh wow, look at this jailbreak. Look at this. Holy smokes. And they not shooting them? They're not shooting them? They all gonna fight on the ground and die though. So that's fair. But somebody might survive. Oh my God, hit that shot, brother. What do you, come on now, baby. Let's see this. They don't have an armor box? Holy. We might see a dub right here, but I know if they go out that door, it's over. Do not go down there, buddy. You better not. Oh, yep, well, there's one. I told you. The only gun that I'm kind of mad about is that they buffed the AS Val. No, that's good. That's a W. Look at this. Look at the nonsense. Look at the Timmy activities. And he got a PA. Holy smokes, he died with a PA. You see that? He went down with a PA. How did that guy? And then he's not rezzing the other guy. How did he go down with a PA? Strike that building that's across it. Yeah, strike them. What is, get the PA. Brother, get the PA. There we go. Get down, baby. Play it up. Bruh. Why? No, you don't. You got the PA. Somebody call the PA and everybody else run downstairs and get down there and clap them boys.
Lack of armor here is deafening.
Yeah, that is tough. That's one thing they need to fix. I think it's straight up 300. No, it's 360, Austin. It's 360 to the head, baby.
Just wait to see where zone goes, guys.
Yeah, it is early for me, Richard, but like I had a split shift today, so I was gonna jump on and talk some shit and spectate for a little bit with the homies. And so far it's going good. Ooh, wow, good clap right there. But yeah, you're right, Richard. This is super early. Oh my God, he got shredded right there. He got pooped on. What did he have? A C9? Wow. Yeah, that guy didn't miss. But he shot that guy.
Okay, guys, you gotta go for the win.
Okay, let's get this Riz, pick him up, get out that smoke. Hopefully they make it.
You're gonna be on the roof. Don't rush like crazy.
Oh my God, there's a guy right there. Oh, how did he? Bro, that AMAX is overpowered, bro. Yeah, it is. Dang, GG's. Dang, that was so close. But if they would have PA'd that team and forced them down, and as that PA was hitting, like if they would have just been rushing in there at that same time, they would have got it done.
Big issues with sitting on the roofs like that is you run out of armor so quick.
See what I'm saying? That roof is not where you want to be at unless you got like a plate box and everybody got selfie and gas masks. That's really the only time you want to be up there on that roof. Other than that, you got to get in that building and find them Timmys, boy, because the longer they sit in there, the more likely it is that you're gonna die. It's almost guaranteed to happen. But yeah, GG's. Let's see who else is playing today. GG's, that was a good one. GG's. Let's watch some Symphony real quick. Then this is like the real cracked out Call of Duty right here, baby.
You know that? Down above you. Down above you. With one of them before. He's selfing. Yep, he's selfing.
This is what I be saying. Like these people, like when you watch Symphony and like Swag and all of them, they not even playing the same version of Call of Duty as us. They not even playing the same game as us, bro. Like us common folk, you know what I'm saying? They not even playing the same version of the game as us. Like, did you see, like, what was that? You should bring back one of the gun they said they're gonna go bring out on the next Black Ops, but you would like to see the MP40 come back. Okay, not bad. I want to see some of them guns come back from Vanguard. I want them to bring back like some of those guns. That was kind of nice. Since they just bringing back random guns. The automaton, yeah. I want to see them bring back something like what was that? The Blixen, I think it was. I thought the Blixen was nice. I need to bring that back. And then there was one other weapon that I was using a lot. That was from Vanguard. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh my god. There's so many looking at him. He's fucked. So fucked.
Yeah. No way. No fucking way. He's just a shooter. He has no idea where the guy is.
He doesn't have smokes. He doesn't have smokes.
They should bring back the Milano. Yeah. GG's. GG's. Let's see who else is playing some Warzone. But yeah, like I said, boys, those guys are not. Let's watch Fixie. Go back to Fixie again. But yeah, those boys are not playing the same version of the game as us, chat. So like your favorite streamer, like a big streamer, like Nick Merckx and Tim the Tatman and all of them, they're not even playing the same copy of the game as us. It's no way that they could be playing the same game as us.
I should have shot his vehicle first. I just assumed he had a little damage on it. Huh.
I really don't like Swag because he got himself caught during Call of Duty event when Black Ops 6 came out and got caught cheating. I feel like, what are your thoughts on cheating, Austin? Do you think that streamers cheat at Call of Duty, like the big names, like the bigger ones that everybody knows? Do you think they all cheat? Like is Nick Merckx cheating at Call of Duty?
No plant thermal? There probably is one, but not the green one, dude. That thing was so nice. Who is a big streamer that you can think of that's cheating at Call of Duty, like that you know is cheating in Call of Duty, bro? Hard scope of hard scopes, right?
Yeah, look at this boy. He just is standing there. Just go run him over. But that's the only one that I know that got caught cheating. Him and Nadia, I really don't know who else was cheating during those events, but they got caught using the Cronus Zen. Imagine using the Cronus Zen at a COD event. I feel like the VPN a lot to get those easier lobbies though. Yeah, without a doubt, brother. I've seen streamers get on stream and explain how they do it and show like how they VPN and that they be like was trying 2-boxing and all of that. I've seen plenty of streamers get on stream and just be completely transparent about that. So if that's what cheating is, and in my personal opinion, that is what cheating is, like VPN 2-boxing and all of that. I think that in my personal estimation, that qualifies as cheating. Then, like I said, the big streamers that we watch, that we all know it, and like our, like their household names, they're not even playing the same version of the game as us. They're playing a completely different build with completely different values and all of that. They're not even playing the same game as us. We playing the market version of Call of Duty, and they are playing a completely different copy of the game. It just looks like the same game. Oh, when I was playing Fortnite last night, I finally got my crown with clip it. Clip it. Post a clip in the Discord, baby. Clip it.
I'm down, bro.
I need to see them clips. Anybody that come in the chat and say they got a dub, I believe you, but post it in the chat. I want to see the clips. I want to see who got beat down. You playing with one of your grandpa's friends? That's even more. That's even more of a reason to post a clip. You playing with somebody over 40? You got to post that. You gotta clip that. Let me ban the bot real quick. Get up out of here, bot. Give me 1 second. I gotta play a little channel points for the bot getting banned. Get up out of here, bot. Get quacked on, baby. Get quacked on, baby. Ain't playing no games up in here. But yeah, yeah, I do think that like technically, I guess by Call of Duty standards, VPN is not cheating. And maybe two boxing isn't either, but just by my personal standards, both of those things qualify as cheating to me. Yeah, he's like in his 60s and he got a PC, and it was just me and him because they visit with my grandpa all the time in the hospital. So me and him were playing Fortnite and everything. So I didn't have time to. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's okay. But next time, next dub with anybody over 40, you got to clip it. Gotta clip that. Automatically clip it. Gotta clip that. That's the automatic clip. Automatic clip ski right there, baby. Okay, let's see. Let's see how this plays out. How many left? 20, 22. That's a lot. He really wants this guy to come out of here.
So confused.
He probably already rotated left. Let's see.
Did he already leave?
Yeah. I feel like he been gone out of there. It was a really close call for me and the Storm. So what happened? Did you res him? Did you res him? Did you get the reboot card or what?
How is that possible?
Or were y'all both alive? Okay, we got ads in 5 minutes, chat, just so we know. Well, not 5 minutes, 4 minutes and about 20 seconds. So if you want to take a break, you got 4 minutes to get yourself ready for a break. And then we'll be back in about 5 minutes after that.
Where did he go, dude?
No, he died, and I was the last person, and this dude was inside the house. He jumped out, and I shot him right up in the air. Oh, he got shot out of the air when he jumped. That jumping, baby, that's one thing they do in Fortnite often. They jump a lot. But people also get shot a lot in the air for jumping. So that's like pretty common.
I know. I took my eyes off it for a second.
No, that's what I was saying, Fixie. He rotated to the left. He been out of there. He over there in the airport somewhere.
Potato brain in there. I don't know what the frick.
No, that guy's still alive. He's just somewhere over there by the airport tower. He hunting him down too. Holy. If I was Fixie, I would keep that high ground. I would just keep rotating around the right side of the map around that ridge until I found the guy. Kill him. Because 24 players is still kind of early. When it's solos and it's like 10 people left, that's when you got to get active. I'm really good at Fortnite, but mostly Call of Duty. I'm really cracked at because I'm a huge Call of Duty fan compared to Fortnite and all these other games. It's just I have those ups and downs. Yeah, fair. We all do. We all have moments in Call of Duty where we like playing out of our minds, and then other times we play like shit. That's fair.
I think the first thing I would do if I was the devs is make the windshields be like just paper, so that when someone gets into a fresh LTV, they can still just be sniped out of the driver's seat right away.
Yeah. You should. The fact that you can't snipe anybody out of these vehicles is insanity. And that's another thing, like in Delta Force, for example, like we were playing a lot of Delta Force, we try to snipe people out of the vehicle and you can't. That right there alone made the vehicle too overpowered. Because how can I not snipe somebody out of the front vehicle, the front seat of a Jeep? Holy. He ran that guy over? Oh man, that guy was camping.
AFK.
Yeah, probably AFK, ran him over. GG. When Forza Horizon 5 comes out, would you like to be on my stream because I'm going to be streaming that game? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, absolutely. Let's look at some other games, chat. What other games should we be playing? What other games do we want to see on the channel? Do we want to see any retro game? Oh, this is what I really wanted to see. Let's check this out. Let's check out this Berserker Kazan game. Because apparently this game is really good. Fall Guys? Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, Abe, let's play some Fall Guys. Hello Kitty. I'm definitely playing Hello Kitty, bro. I'm 100% playing Hello Kitty, but it's expensive right now. I think that game is like 40 or 50 bucks right now. So when Hello Kitty go on sale, I'm booting it up, baby. I'm booting that bitch up. I'm getting it because I heard it's like Animal Crossing. And Animal Crossing is supposed to be like one of the greatest games ever. Guess what everybody said? I haven't watched any Hello Kitty though. It's kind of hard to find people playing it. But this is another game that's supposed to be pretty good. I want to check this out. Is this on Game Pass, chat? Anybody know if this is on Game Pass? See, look, it says Xbox Series S, so it got to be on Game Pass. Now, I would get Game Pass for this. Like, if this game is supposed to be really good. But it's like a Souls-like game. And although I did play a good amount of Elden Ring, I don't know, bro. Then I tried Lies of P, and I still was kind of like on the fence about the whole Souls-like. I have Hello Kitty, and it sure was expensive. Dang. Yeah. Like, I want to play it, though. I do want to play Hello Kitty.
Reese, no!
What's happening here? Anybody know what's going on? Anybody got any backstory on this game? Any information that we should know prior to watching this?
Reese, wake up.
Have you played Journey to the Savage Planet? No. Tell me about that. Tell me about that, Asbadil. What's that?
As with every Dark Souls, you have a brief
That right there, that
recap
little
of the rest of the
cutscene was
chapters.
kind of compelling. I was trying to figure out, like, what happened? Like, what happened? Lost in random. Is that random? Radom? Oh, let me get a little bit of emotional damage because I'm confused right now.
Emotional damage.
Oh, lost in random. Okay.
Saying, man. Thanks for following, Rob.
But yeah, that little cutscene right there was kind of compelling. I was trying to figure out like who died. Did he die? Did somebody he knows or loves die? Somebody died right there, and I was trying to figure out who died. Like, but somebody died a death right there, baby. Oh, we got ads. Give me 3 minutes, and then we'll be done with the ads, chat. Oh, this is the beginning of the game. They still rolling the credit. Okay, so I'm assuming that this is the protagonist, Kazan right here, with the long blonde hair, and then that girl that was sitting down, was that Reese? Oh, what is that? Yeah, Kazan. Here we go.
It's time for you to return to where you came from.
I cannot. Charon commands me to stay. Chaos still remains, and so must I.
Hmm. Holy chat, this game look kind of good. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute, baby. Might have to play this shit. Oh, okay. So he got the Clive thing going. Hold on. So he got the Final Fantasy 16 Clive thing going on. He taking on the icon power. Oh shit. Hold on.
Yeah, boy.
That was the end of the game? No freaking way. We just watched the ending. They said it is more like Elden Ring and Wukong. We just watched the ending of this game. Are you serious? Was that the end of the game? Damn. Let's check on the Delta Force update. Let's see Abatoon. Because apparently it's like new operators and new guns and stuff. Let me turn that down a little bit, baby. But it doesn't appear to be any new maps. These weapons look very similar. So I kind of do want to see what's going on here. How did he know that guy was in that smoke like that? Bro, look at Delta Force just cracked out. Just what is happening here? What are we even looking? What are we even watching right now? He just spraying. Holy, the guy tried to jump, got thumped with that shotgun though. Abatoon, what is happening here, brother? Where? And they still got this overpowered operator that could just live forever. I'm waiting for Battlefield 6 to come out. I want to see what's gonna be like. Same. I did like live stream my enrollment in the Battlefield labs. So we'll see if I get in. If I get in, I can't say anything about it if I do get in. But if I get in, you know, hey. Okay, hold on. Let's see what Asphodel said. It's one of those weird, funny games that's a shooter game. Did you get sent to a planet and get stuck there? Or the people who sent you there need you to investigate the planet? It does have some very off-hinge commentary from the computer. That sounds like fun. Was it called Journey to the Savage Planet? Okay. That's a nice one. That's a good one right there. To be honest with you, Delta Force looks kind of complicated. Yeah, Delta Force is a little bit more complicated because you have more gadgets. Like in Call of Duty, you just got tacticals and lethals, but you have but in Delta Force, your operator has a lot of different gadgets. So like this guy, he has like a grappling hook, so he can pull players to him, like either enemy players to kill them, or he can pull down teammates to him so that he can res them. He has like this little wire trap thing that's kind of like, you know, covers a certain area where if people run into it, they die. Obviously, he has like the little rocket launcher, you know, the anti-tank rocket launcher, and then all operators in the game have the ability to build fortifications, so kind of like Battlefield. And then he has this little blast shield, little riot shield thing. That's kind of like the ultimate ability, and so it just allows him to like have the shield that makes him just basically invincible from the front, and he could just ram people and hit them with the shield and kill them. And that's just one of several operators in this game that have like really overpowered abilities. I want to see the new season update, brother. Where is that, brother? Where is that, brother? Let's fire up Tubington. Fire up the tube. Holy, let's see some Delta Force. Delta Force. Come on, buddy. Where is the newness? I wanna see it. See?
What insurance companies are doing are
When is season 4? Does anybody know? Anybody? Chat? Anybody know? What was it?
Which one of the rumors were true, alongside with announcing everything that's coming for Season 4 in our much beloved game, Delta Force. I have here taken my time to edit down all of the sweet spots and added a small summarization with the things we care about at the end of this. And of course, there's going to be gameplay.
So I heard it's supposed to be night mode, chat. So they're supposed to be adding night mode to operations. So now you do the operations, you know, the extraction game mode, but you just do that at night. I heard there's also supposed to be new weapons coming to the game. This is the new operator back here. You can see this guy's name is Nox. So I'm excited about that. Hopefully that plays well. I wonder what his like abilities will be like and all of that. So right now, let me get a little bit of let me get some hype in the chat real quick for that. Let me get a little ooh, what do we want? Let me get a little perfect, you know.
Perfect.
Okay, let's keep going.
From me as well. Sit back and let's find out if Season
Kind of
4
looks more like
is
yep.
going to make
Yep.
or break Delta
Yep.
Force.
Yep.
Take it over. Tell me everything new about Delta Force.
Is hard mode coming? We're about to find out.
I'm your old friend Novak. Next, I will introduce you to the new content of the Eclipse Warzone in the latest season. as well as improvements for the gaming experience that the community is highly concerned about. Regarding the operation mode, we have received a great deal of feedback about the veil in.
All right, let's see it. Right here, different difficulties. Okay. Permanent maps. Easy. Normal. Easy. Operation Blackout. That must be at night. Okay. Yeah, me as a console player needs to know when you guys are coming out on consoles driving me nuts. Yeah, fair. That's a fair point. If they say anything about that at all, I think the world, the chat will rejoice if they say anything about that at all.
What? Operation
I
Blackout was gonna be rotation? Oh my.
And in terms of the basic gaming,
yeah, I think put some of the other maps on rotation is crazy. You can't do that.
Function will be launched simultaneously on PC and mobile games in this update.
A kill cam holy.
In terms of the improvements of the combat experience, we are all very.
Yeah, because Q1, what does that mean? It doesn't have an exact release date, Austin. What does Q1 mean? What do they mean by that?
Aware about that the sound is.
What do they mean by that?
Important information.
Well, at least we get space hard, so we get no more knife runners in there. That's good.
And in addition, for players who are eager to pursue ranking and honors, we have introduced a brand new global leaderboard. All you talented players can compete it to be at the top of the leaderboard.
Okay. That's a new operator, just like Austin said. That is solid Snake right there. That's basically Snake.
For both gameplay modes.
Not interested in ranking in this game at all. I have no interest in any sort of ranking having to deal with Delta Force.
Finally, regarding
what do they mean by global? Like China?
So we have also heard the voice from the community about the fight against cheating. Here, we would like to say that the anti-cheat measures have always been a very important part.
Now, one thing I'm gonna say is, I got to give Delta Force their credit on the anti-cheat, baby. Hold on, let me put my face on the camera. I might clip. Delta Force is not bullshitting at all when it comes to cheating, baby. If y'all remember when I was streaming Delta Force, bro, we looked at every single one of those emails, and people were getting banned in the thousands. They was banning people in real time. I was seeing people disappear from the game. Okay, we would be playing as soon as we found the cheater, somebody reported that boy, up out of there. Delta Force is not playing any game as far as cheating is concerned, so I'm not really concerned about that. What I am concerned about, is what happens with the whole, like in Call of Duty, for example, like you got the whole shadow ban thing. I hope they don't even dabble in that. I hope they just see some cheating, see some suspect behavior, and ban. Like that's it. It just zero tolerance. Like if you being weird, ban. You understand what I'm saying? If you doing anything nefarious, ban. Okay, just you can't play the game. Just get off the game. See, that's what I like about shooting games, because they crack down on this crap about cheating, because it's just getting ridiculous with all these players thinking they're better than everybody when they're using a box and hacks and all that kind of crap. Yeah, it's weird to cheat it's weird to cheat in FPS games. That's a really weird game to cheat in. Like, let's be real, really weird to cheat. Because like, how much money is at stake for you to be cheating? Because if you wanted to be good at the game, just play the game a lot and you'll be good. But you could get good at any game if you just play it a lot. So what do you not want to get good at the game? You just want, what are you trying to do? You understand what I'm saying? Like, sometimes the understanding the cheater's motivation is very complex, and it's like a thing that I don't quite understand. Let's hear more.
Season, we have jointly banned 8,900.
Look at that. Look at this first stat right here. Types of cheats we weed out: 9,363 different types of cheats. I don't know. I've never done it. Same Shadow. I've never once cheated. There's no. It's impossible for cheating to be fun. The only thing that I can think of, or a situation where cheating would make sense, is in some sort of tournament where there's money involved, or some sort of esport ranking situation in which there's some sort of monetary prize. That's the only time that cheating, in my personal estimation, makes sense. The rest of it is absolute poppycock. There is no reason why you should be cheating in a first-person shooting game. Yeah, but you're putting it at, yep. And thank you. You putting it all on the line. And I don't remember if anybody saw this clip. It was from a while ago. They had, remember when they was doing like World Series of Warzone? And they were doing it on Urzikstan, right? And somebody got caught cheating during the tournament. Like a team got caught cheating during the tournament, right? And so the guy on the team that was running the cheat, nobody else on the team knew that he was running the cheat. And so when they all got kicked from the tournament and they found out why they got kicked from the tournament, they posted the video of them confronting the guy that was cheating. And they like, bro, like what are you doing? Like, bro, you remember that, Shadow? And bro, like the fallout from that. And he deleted the VOD. Yep, he deleted the whole VOD. Because it was right there live on the internet for all of us to see, like them getting caught cheating, the whole team getting kicked out of the tourney, and then like all of the fallout from that. We saw all of that happen live on the internet, right? And the VOD was up there for a while. Yeah, it was definitely a wild situation, but that's what I'm saying. Like what? Like you got to be a certain. It's something in going on up here or in the heart, in the spirit, in the soul, baby, that make you want to cheat, especially in something like the World Series of Warzone. Like, come on now. It's the World Series of Warzone. Anybody who booted up Warzone during that time and just like clicked on the World of Warzone tab, like you qualified. Does that make sense? Like think about that. Like anybody who played a match of Warzone under the World of Warzone like time frame, regardless of whether you won, if you placed like top 10 in that match, if you played that match one time and placed top 10, you qualified to compete in the World Series of Warzone. Isn't that crazy? So that's anybody. That's anybody that's playing Warzone all across the entire world. Anybody who's booting up the game and made a top 10. You qualified for that event. So think about that. Think about that. Think about how many people are just playing Warzone for fun and just having a good time, and they qualify for Warzone. But at the very top is all of these teams and like these esports that are like throwing out these esports organizations that are like throwing out some sum of money, I would have to assume. And so once the money gets involved, once the sponsorship gets involved, that's when you decide to cheat. Like that's when you like, okay, yeah, let me boot up the Cronus. Like what? Yeah, but it's way more fun getting better at the game. Yeah, exactly. It's so much more fun when you finally do get the dub. It's so much more fun and so much more compelling of content when you finally do get, the solo win in Verdansk or something like that. Or you see what I'm saying? Like in Street Fighter, for example. Like it's so cool when you rank up on stream. Like that's so exciting, bro. Because that's like a pivotal moment. That you want to not be sullied by cheating. So it's like what? Like I don't understand the motivation behind it. I don't get it. Same thing with PUBG. That was stupid for people hacking on PUBG. Yeah, fair.
And 16.6.
Now look at this. Look at this. 17,351 people banned for 10 years, brother. This game might not even exist in 10 years from now. And these boys is banned. Come on now. Come on now. Come on, man. The only reason why people are cheating, or the only reason why cheats even exist, is because people realize it is some sort of monetary incentive that other people who are cheeks at the game and are not interested in being less cheeks at the game will pay money. They spend money to be less cheeks. And that to me doesn't make sense. With me, I used to cheat, but not top games like Call of Duty or any other games. There's an old Xbox game called Unreal Tournament 2004. I used to cheat on there, and I got caught cheating, and I learned my lesson. Dang, Austin. I think what it is, bro, is that people want to cheat, do it for fun, just to piss off everybody else. I don't know. Do you think that it's a Timmy or a Kyle somewhere in the basement of Oklahoma building cheats to make sure that Austin don't have a good time on the game? Do you believe that? Chat, do we believe that? Do we believe that there's somebody somewhere in the basement of Middle America cooking up a cheat that's just going to set the streets on fire just to make everybody mad, or is that guy, is he trying to get himself, you see what I'm saying, like he cooking up these cheats, he trying to pay the rent, baby. He ain't worried about whether or not you having a good day or not. He want to get paid.
Devices.
That's my personal opinion, though. That's me. That's what I think.
To combat all kinds of
Okay, cheating, yeah, whatever. See?
On the zero dam map. We aim to offer more than just a change in.
Okay, here we go. Zero Dam goes dark. Nice. Brand new task, enemies, and more Zero Dam will be available as a rotational map. The night mode being a rotational map is a huge L. That's a huge L for the community. Absolute L right there. Bring your night vision device, ensure survival to retain higher tier night vision devices to offer enhanced visual clarity. Okay, that's interesting. That's a W within an L. So that's like a little W that's packed inside of a big L. Let's watch more. Let's see more. Let's see it. Let's see what it looks like. Holy.
For the sounds to conceal your position. Surely, the soldier of the Assyrian Guard are also adapting to night. They are equipped with flashlights and new perception enhancing devices. The well-known boss Saeed will also bring some surprise in the dark.
What's this?
So in addition, we have designed a night exclusive operation called Night Gaggle Operation. It is
guard the area.
Did you just say night gaggle?
Since we have the night mode, of course, there should be heroes that belong to the night. This time we will also introduce a brand new operator. This is a brand new assault.
Okay, let's see this guy.
His name is Nox.
Yeah.
He can significantly.
Let's see some Nox. I'm hyped for that. Yeah. But to be honest with you, I'd rather have fun instead of just being miserable with hackers in the lobby. Agreed. Agreed. It is ultimately better to just play the game and find the fun in the game itself, as opposed to try to rig the system, or you know what I'm saying? Like try to, finagle and finesse your way through like the gameplay loop, especially in first person shooters, because dying is a part of the game. Like you can't learn the game if you don't die. Does that make sense? Like you can't get better at the game if you don't die. It's just like fighting games. Like if you just are jumping, like if you just are a jumpy McJumperson and nobody ever kicks you in the head for jumping, how is that fun? You just jumping. You just a jumpy McJumpy man. And nobody ever kicks you in the head for jumping, bro. Like you just can't get kicked in the head for jumping. You can't get anti-air. If you playing a fighting game and you never block, you just mashing buttons, you never ever block. How is that fun? And what did you learn? What did you learn from that? And with Call of Duty right now, it's been glitching a lot with me with the operators that I use. It does not want to go and stick with the operator I'm using. It puts me to the default one all the time, or the gun image is disappearing and all that kind of crap. I just need to fix everything on Call of Duty completely, because it's getting to the point that I'm getting really mad at this. Yeah, it's frustrating, little bugs here and there, but I mean just overall, like when I'm talking about like the gameplay loop, I'm talking about just gameplay loops in any game, whether it was Call of Duty, whether it was Fortnite, whether it was Marathon or whatever, or South of Midnight. Like at some point or another, you got to commit to this game. You got to commit to like learning how this game works, learning the mechanics of the game, and accepting the challenge of like, okay, this might be hard, but I'm gonna get past it, right? Like as a gamer, that's our job, right? That's what makes a game good or bad. But when you try to circumvent all of that with cheating, my question to you is how is that fun? What did you spent your money to do what? What did you see what I'm saying? Like you paid for this game to do what? To not get any better at it? To not speed run it? To not get cracked at it? You imagine you pay premium price for an RPG, right? Like a Final Fantasy or something like that. As soon as you get the game, you don't even boot it up. You just watch somebody play the game from beginning to end, and then now you know all of the story and all of the plots and like where all of the loot is at and all of that, and you just go and just speed run the game the very first time you boot it up. Was that fun? Was that fun? That's what I'm asking. You see what I'm saying? That's a question I'm asking, baby.
Reduce the probability of being detected in the chaotic battle situation and sneak around to rare breakthrough to the enemy defenses line.
Mm-hmm.
When he's your teammate, we really like having him around, but when he becomes your enemy, you have got to be extra careful.
What does he mean by that? I wonder what he means by that.
The best way to boost your metabolic rate and get in shape is not keto.
This is so weird. Get this out of here.
I really don't have the time or energy to redo this right now in case Delta Force copy strikes me for the music in this. So here's some very nice and fitting music that I decided to add.
Right? Oh wow, look at the backstory. Nah. Okay, tactical flashbang. Hold on, wait. Tactical flashbang. Throw a tactical flashbang that detonates shortly after contact with a wall, flashing all enemies facing it. Tactical flashbang. Ooh. See it? Whirlwind disc. The whirlwind disc is able to lock onto enemies. Once locked and deployed, it will track the target and explode, releasing blades that damage and slow down enemies, while also inflicting lasting bleeding damage. Ooh, that might be useful in the darn operation. Wow, he just threw that in there. But wouldn't it be better? I'm sorry, chat. Wouldn't it be better if it just downed him? Chat, wouldn't it be better if it just downed him? Okay. Silent assault activates jammers that minimize the range of sound propagation and disrupt signals to enemy recon equipment to prevent them from precisely locating knocks. Okay, so that's like the counter to that little UAV wall hack arrow. Okay. The disruptor emits sonic interference waves. Wow, so you could just creep. Got a question for you with Delta Force. I know it's more of like a fast-paced type of game, but I was wondering if you get shot, is it considered a one-shot like American Army 3 or what? It depends. I know in operations that can happen, but generally speaking, the only time you would have like a one-shot kill situation is like if you get sniped in like warfare. So sniping in warfare is really rewarding in that regard because pretty much every sniper in warfare is one shot, and as far as the operations mode is concerned, which is like the extraction game mode, I'm not sure if the one shot property exists, but it definitely hurts you. Like if you get sniped, that's bad. That is bad. You do not want to get sniped. That is bad. Sniping is really difficult in Delta Force, but it is extremely rewarding.
And remember, we are not pay to win, only you play to win. So first, like,
I don't believe it. Play to win. I And so here's my thing about this, right? Like they're talking about play to win, right? And to a certain extent, it is true. You know, you do unlock weapons by playing the game. You do unlock attachments for weapons by playing the game. But like this little blueprint right here, this one, you can buy your way through like the little reroll packs in order to get all of the stuff that's in the bundle. But you're gonna pay like $200. Or you could grind the operations mode and get like vandal bricks. and either and engage with the Mandelbrick marketplace to get the currency that allows you to unlock some of these more rare and like better blueprints in the game. So technically what she's saying is true, but it's a commitment, bro. Like you really got to get into it. What's up, Queen Tay? Appreciate you for dropping by and showing some love. Let me get a little hype in the chat for you, baby. Real quick, let me show you some love. You know, you win because you're a winner.
You win.
There you go. Good job pulling up. That's what they do just to get your money. They want you to play the game because it's the same way with R6 and Call of Duty. Yeah, I mean, it does. The game definitely does reward you for grinding it, but it's not in a way that you would think.
We have a cross-platform rewards. It's on PC.
Okay, do your thing, Asphodels. I appreciate you for hanging out with us.
I thought the season.
Thank you for stopping by.
Next season wasn't 21st.
Yeah, when is the season?
Appearances. And secondly, we have the mobile exclusive.
Look at that. Look at the bottom. $500 valued in game. Items obtained through gameplay. So this right here, like this little blueprint that they're talking about right here, that's like $200 of the $500 right there, bro. Like if you were gonna buy your way through it. Wait, I just heard her say crossplay. Does she know?
It's called mobile exclusive sign-in event. You can unlock operators with your sign-ins and catch up to the PC progress. You will have a character.
Yeah, let's hope so, Wyatt.
And thirdly, we have a PC.
Right, he was talking about the same thing.
Features limited time Operation Black Ops mapping events. You can get
that's the same
operator Black Ops themed avatar spray and calling cards by simply completing specific tasks.
Hi everyone, it's good to see you guys again.
What's up, Iris?
So it's my turn to tell you more about our new appearances in the new season. So first of all, I'll bring in our new deluxe collection. It's a set of brand new poker theme appearance, and we have combined the element of poker.
See, not great, corny, not great. All I heard was mobile and PC. Dang, nothing on console. I just want to play the game fair. Yeah, a lot of people are waiting on it to come to console, man. I'm not sure when, but it's gonna come to console eventually. It's gonna have to, like especially if they're gonna take it in the direction that I think they're gonna take it in, which is to have this be a competitive esport title. So it's ultimately gonna have to become a console release.
Suits, points, and also our operators. So the new collection will have exclusive inspect animations and tracer bullet effects. Next, it's our brand new melee weapon, also the first tech.
Oh, here we go, Tomahawk.
So we've tried hard to demonstrate the set.
Ooh, look at that! Look at that! Just hope this game comes out before Gears of War comes out on PlayStation and Halo because I want to be able to experience Delta Force again. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we got ads in about a minute and 4 minutes and 45 seconds, chat. So if you need to take a break, go ahead on and get yourself ready, and then you could take your break during the ads and be back in time.
Elaborate texture of the axe. So here's the video.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna roll the ad right now and see if I could buy some more time. Let me roll the ad real quick. I'm gonna roll a minute break right here, and then we'll keep going. I'll roll a minute break.
More details about it.
Bro, the Tomahawk blueprint will look good on Call of Duty. Yeah, it looks very Call of Duty inspired. I agree. Look at the axe, baby. Look at that, baby. Better jump down there with it. Look, shank the boy up. Damn. Damn, look at that. You could throw it.
Yeah, and then it comes to our new deluxe charm.
Key, what up? Let me show you some love in the chat, Key. Appreciate you for pulling up, baby. What I'm saying, let me get you some love in there. Let me get you some Final Fantasy victory music, baby. That's how I feel when I see your name in the chat. I feel like I won. I feel like I won the game. Let's go, baby. Got that love in there. Sir. Is there any finishers? Yeah, there are finishers in Delta. But it's very, very rare that you creep up on somebody like that in Delta Force. The movement in Delta Force is so much faster than Call of Duty, bro. Like, they are cracked out of their minds. Like, people are like zigging and zagging, and it's crazy. It's not what you think at all, brother. It is not. It is not. It is not. It is not. It is not what you think. It's not, and it's not even what it looks like online. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when you watch people play Delta Force, the speed at which that game happens is so much faster, and there's no aim assist.
So there will be exclusive hidden variants.
Oh, that's nice. Are they doing the charms again? Oh God! Now it just wants me to play the game even more. I have to wait, be a patient person. Fair, yeah.
Waiting. Try to build up your favorite lineup.
Yeah, appreciate you, Keith, for pulling up and sliding on us. You know what I'm saying? Checking in on a daytime stream. We'll be on for a little while longer, maybe like another 30 minutes. Okay, so this is a season pass. Okay, so that's a W. That is a W. It's a W that you unlock the operator in a season pass and not in a bundle, or not like any other kind of weird way. That right there. Now I'm gonna play Delta Force just because of that. I was curious about that. I'm gonna play Delta Force on stream now. I wanted to know about that. How we would get the new operator. Because the last time, in order to get all of the other operators, you had to get like 400 kills, which is like a lot. Then charge my controller before we play Warzone because I did not want to crash in the middle of the game. Fair. So interested to see the season pass. I want to see if some new weapons are coming to this game, brother. Like, okay, great. You know, we got combat acts, but where are the guns?
And also numerous weapons and vehicle appearances.
Whatever. I don't, the guns is behave the same. Oh, Austin. Look, baby. Look, baby. Check it out.
Really appreciate your support and patience as we work extremely hard on the game's console version. We'll be launching a dedicated chat on Delta Force Discord server to bring you routine update and progress, so be sure to check that out. And we will be launching.
Boo. Where is it? Hold on. Let me get some emotional damage. Let me get it.
Emotional damage.
Let me get a little emotional damage, bro. Let me get a moment of silence for the console release, man. Golly, bro. It's like they don't want us to play this game on console. Thank you. What is going on, brother? What is going on, brother? Why can we not play this game on console?
The games, Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah, but anyway, just join the Discord. I guess apparently they having some sort of updates that are rolling out about it. Just join the Discord. Join the Delta Force Discord.
A store page very soon, so be sure to go there and wishlist our game.
Oh. What did he say?
To go there.
Just let's hear it again.
Launch a dedicated chat on Delta Force Discord server to bring you routine update and progress, so be sure to check that out. And we will be launching the games, Xbox and PlayStations, a store page very soon, so be sure to go there and wishlist our game once we are live to unlock our exclusive rewards as well.
So y'all heard that, right? So what they're saying is that they're gonna launch the wishlist page on PlayStation and Xbox coming up soon. They didn't give us an exact date. So again, let me get a little bit. Let me get a little bit of that, baby. Let me get a little bit because I do feel a way. Let me get it.
Emotional damage.
A little bit of emotional damage, man. Come on, let's keep going.
And we are at near completion with controller support for both operations and warfare.
Oh my God. Oh my God. But just like the other games, they don't know what day is going to come on, but they're going to have a wish list. If they're going to have a wish list, that means I have to pre-order it or something. Yeah. Yep. Just like you thought.
The game, and we want to show you a quick preview of what's to come for Delta Force on consoles.
Okay, so they're talking about console and control support. Oh, here we go, baby. There it is. Even though you can already play Delta Force on controller if you play it on PC.
Y'all couldn't even have
Right.
Oh, for the controller. Okay, gotcha. They were, yeah.
I mean, it looks good.
Okay.
We cannot wait to bring you even more awesome content with our game, and we will be meeting all of you on April 21st when we launch the new season and mobile version of Delta Force.
All right, there we go. April 21st. There it is, chat. You heard it. You heard it here first. April 21st. Read them in week, baby. I'm interested to see how the whole thing shakes out. I do want for there to be controller support for everybody. I do want there to be a console release for everybody so that we can continue to keep the Delta Force train rolling. I do have some other sort of I don't want to say issues with the game, but I do just have some things where I'm kind of like on the fence about the game as a whole, and just like, you know, some things that played out on social media that I don't necessarily agree with. But overall, this whole little thing that we just watched, it had one major huge L in it as far as like when you know, when they're gonna do the whole like night map thing. That should just be a permanent mode. I don't see why they have to have that on rotation. But yeah, so we're gonna see. April 21st, we're gonna be out there, baby. Probably me and Obsidian gonna grind rank like we did before, and see how that works out.
Well, there you have it from the devs themselves. And to summarize, hard mode will be in Space City, and in the night mode, operations rotated along with Rakesh and Ayali normal. Kill cams, new operator, new guns, upgrade to the anti-cheat, and still no set release date for console. When it comes to wipes, I don't know why everybody keeps coming into my chat asking about wipes. There will be no wipes.
Yeah.
They don't plan to implement them whatsoever. I consider it would be healthy for the game, but it is what it is. Considering the optional wipe that was talked about at the
I don't see why we didn't get a wipe. They need to wipe, but that's okay. That's okay. No, you know, not too disappointed. Not too disappointed with that. Overall, I'm gonna say W keynote. I'm gonna say W. Even though I kind of don't want to, I'm gonna say W. Update waiting room, whatever. If you didn't get the skin, oh well. Sorry about it. Let's see. Anything else we want to look at on YouTube? No, let's get back to Twitch. Let's get back to the Twitch streets, baby. And see what else we got going on out here in the world. But yeah. So overall, hype level, chat. Hype level. 1 through 10 real quick. Let's get a hype level. How we feeling? How's everybody? Oh, I got gifted a sub. All right, let's go. Gift sub to Ink Slasher. Let's go, baby. Hype. How we feeling? How we feeling overall? Hype level. Hype level, ladies and gents. Hype level. Me personally, I'm gonna go 7 out of 10 hype. The reason why I'm gonna go 7 out of 10 hype is because, like, yeah, you know, we got a new operator, we got new stuff. You say you want to look up Gears of War, okay? Yeah, but yeah, I was gonna say that's why I went 7 out of 10 because of the console stuff. Let's say Gears of War. Gears of War E-Day. Is this good, Austin? Is this supposed to be good? Is this good? My brother, is this good? You will love the game, okay? Boy just went in his house like that? Oh my God. Oh. Holy, bro. What is that? Oh, let's go. Yeah, I remember that from the original Gears of War, yep. Let's go, Gears. Holy smokes. You see that? You see the little spiders and stuff? E-Day? When is this? Was that the in-engine gameplay? That's what the game's supposed to look like? Damn. Damn. What's up, CC? What's going on? What's happening? Let me get you a little hype in the chat, baby. Appreciate you for sliding. You know what I'm saying? I see you out there.
Okay.
What's going on, CC? How was yo, what's up? What's going on, Playboy? Appreciate you for stopping by. Let me throw you a little hype in that chat, baby. Yes, sir.
Your primary objective is to kill them all.
Yeah, let's go, let's go. The game won't come out. The game won't come out until 2026. I just hope and pray to God that it will be good. Yeah, fair. It looked pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it looked good. How was that stream last night? Good morning, sir. How you doing? How was the stream last night? CC, y'all was on late. Like when I got up to start work, y'all were definitely on. Let's check it out. See what DK doing. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna mute it. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna mute it. I'm gonna skip it. And go ahead on and get into the zombie mode. Chat, hype level for zombies. Anybody?
Very strange to see that change, to be honest with you.
Hype level on the zombie.
Very strange.
What's going on, y'all? Yeah, it had a lot of, it had to run it back, yeah, because that first stream was crazy. How long was that first stream? Like 8 or 9 hours? And then y'all mess around and did it again? Have you been playing any more Shadows lately? No, but I plan on playing Shadows later tonight. Because we kind of reached the end of our rope until the new Call of Duty update comes out, which is supposed to be like, I guess, dropping in a couple of minutes according to DK. So that'll drop. And then tonight we play some AC Shadows. We may play a little bit of Street Fighter. I don't know. Depends on how I feel. Almost 9 hours today and almost 8 hours. Boy, CC going crazy, boy. Out there tearing the streets up. Tearing it up, baby. That's what I like to see, man. I'm glad. I have fun. Every time I pull up to those streams like that, I'm always having fun. Let me get a little bit of you win for the long stream, CC. Hit you with the you win, baby, because you a winner. And I appreciate you for being you. And everybody else that tagged along for that stream, that was a lot of fun.
Even though there's already like so many other good viable like tracer blueprints and whatnot.
Have gone? Oh my God, you been up that whole time? CC, I went to bed, got up, and went back to bed and got back up. And knocked out a little bit of work and then hopped online and started chit-chatting with y'all. And you've been going that whole time. Oh yeah, no doubt. You know that. You know I got to show love. No, I got to show love. Rookie numbers, I did 16 hours yesterday. Holy, okay. So should I do a 12-hour stream, y'all? I've been wanting to do one. What do I need to know about doing a 12-hour stream? Cause I want to do at least one 12-hour. I think the longest I did was 6 hours so far.
I did not hit it hard enough.
It's gonna be all night, yeah. But that'll give us enough time to play all of the games we need to play. It's so many games that we still haven't played through all the way.
It can be challenging, man. He'll catch you off guard. It's a very well-designed boss. A lot of really cool mechanics.
Now, chat. Let me ask y'all this. I know, right? Stunting on us like that. He came in here. Stunting on us like that.
I don't know. Sometimes bosses do require a little bit of tuning. They're a little bit harder than they should be when they first come out. But I don't know if they.
This we all going to hell right here. This for him, bro.
We could do this all night.
Yeah, man. All right, CC. We'll see you later on. Take care of yourself. Get you some sleep, baby. Drink you some water or something. Lay down. I know you thirsty. I know you need a little juice. Appreciate that hype. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. Throw that money out. You feel me? WCC for pulling up.
Trying to get out a guy at an efficient your first step to the boss fight.
Let's go, baby.
You gotta restart the Easter egg and run into like.
Let's go, man. Appreciate all that hype, y'all. Appreciate everybody pulling up and showing that love, baby. That's what it's all about on a Monday. But hype level for zombies, chat. Are we like big zombies fans in the chat? Anybody like a huge zombies fan, a big zombie player, a zombie enthusiast, a zombie enjoyer? Any zombie enjoyers in the chat? Didn't wish I had some money to help you out with your streams more, bro. But I got you. Don't worry. Yeah, boy, that ain't even a part of the. You ain't got to feel like you got to do none of that, man. All of that stuff is appreciated, and we definitely do appreciate that help over here with the channel, baby. But you don't have to do that. You don't. That's not necessary. That's not required for us to, extend the olive branch and show you some love. We your people over here, baby. You can come as you are over here. We your people.
The deer Easter egg with the pack-a-punch for the Marine SP, if that worked for any weapon, that would be pretty cool.
So why does he keep jumping in and out of that thing? I'm gonna say this real quick, Chad. I'm gonna say this real quick. I don't. I mean, now look. Don't get me wrong, baby. I play some zombies. T-Money plays some zombies. T-Money have fun with the zombies. But T-Money don't get the hype though, baby. Why is everybody so hyped for the zombie? Is that the same reason why Warzone Casual is fun? Cause the zombies? Is it the same sort of thing? Where it's like, you could die, but it's just not like as, life and death. But I love the love and appreciate you. Appreciate that you do that for me, man. But be honest with you, Shadow, Papa, and I have had more love and support for you guys and appreciation. Yeah, for sure. My appreciation that you've been here for me and my grandpa. Hell yeah, boy, absolutely, baby. We was gonna do that by default. We was gonna show you some love and wrap some arms around you anyway, Austin. We was gonna uplift you and support you anyway, baby. We was gonna do that regardless. Cause that's just how it is. That's what we do. That's what this community is built on. You know what I'm saying? This is a soft place for you to land. You got something going on, baby. You need somebody to talk to. You know what I'm saying? You feel like you need some advice, or whatever it is that you got going on. Come on in the room, baby, because we got you.
I should say the zombie. Get that lantern gone.
But yeah, Chad, I don't quite understand the zombies hype.
Hey, and Arby, appreciate you popping in.
I'm not saying that it's bad or misplaced or wrong or anything. Me personally, I just don't get it.
Yeah, that was something that I was like, I kind of have to put that video out now because
Let me hit the coffee real quick.
So that video would be redundant if I wait a little bit longer. That's what happened there.
Sam trial? What is that?
Throw a decoy when I do it. There we go. I threw a decoy. 4 or 5. I watched this really good documentary yesterday on Netflix, dude. It was about the Zodiac killer, like his identity, and they actually referenced the Riddler from the Matt Reeves Batman movie in the documentary. Like, I didn't think turmeric worked.
What was that? What did he just do right there? What's up, V? Hey, appreciate them bits, baby. You know what I'm saying? Throw your voice up bit. Yeah, hold on, let me get a little hype for you, baby. Appreciate that, baby. No, I'm saying cracking up them bits.
Okay.
Appreciate you, V. Hey, look, V, I don't know if you in here or not, but I still got to say this while I'm on camera, baby. When you pulled up to the stream that first time, I'm feeling fantastic. When you pulled up to that stream the first time, boy, hey, I felt like Beyonce pulled up to my shit. I ain't gonna lie, that made me feel too real, boy. I said, shit. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I just had to let the community know. I'm letting you know how I felt. I'm just being real. That first time you had slid through the little stream, I said, shit, could nobody tell me nothing that day, boy. Could nobody tell me nothing. I said, well, I don't care what your numbers looking like. I don't care what your stream or your pockets looking like. V pulled up to my stream. She ain't pull up to your shit. She wasn't over there. She wasn't kicking it with you. She ain't tab you up. Ugly ass. Yeah, that's the truth. That's how I felt. I was like, shit, you know what I'm saying? Y'all couldn't tell me nothing, boy. And I felt like I was somewhat ugly that day. I felt like I was having a bad light skinned person day. But you know what? That made up for it right there. Was shit. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was ugly that day. But that's when stuff like that be happening. When you be feeling like you don't need to go to Target, that's when the baddies be pulling up. But then when you get a fade and you go to Target, there don't be nobody up in there. You deserve it for real. I appreciate your support. Likewise. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Drop you a little hype in that chat, baby. You know what I'm saying? Hit you with the you win, because you're a winner.
You win.
Definitely a winner. You welcome over here anytime. You and all the baddies could pull up. We need to get some one of these days I'm gonna get in there with y'all on the Fortnite and we should get some dubs real quick, because we definitely need to do that.
Very interesting stuff.
But chat, I don't get it. I don't get the zombies, y'all. I don't get it. Can somebody help me understand the zombies, bro? Because it's like everybody be saying like, oh man, zombies this, zombies that. Yeah, of course. You already know that. You already know I'm gonna hit you with the carry. T Money play the Fortnite. T Money definitely play the fork knife. There's some people in the chat that I got some dubs with. Bro, speaking about Fortnite, I was driving one of my cars and then all of a sudden it disappeared on me. Wait, so you was in it and the car disappeared? Did they hit you with the rift gun? Apparently there's a rift gun in Fortnite where you could just delete people off the map. Or you could just send them to like a whole nother part of the map that may or may not be in the storm. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, you know, T Money gonna hit you with the carry. It's a lot of people in here that I got dubs with, whether it be Fortnite or Call of Duty or whatever the case may be. But yeah, man, I'm trying to understand the hype around the zombies, and
For other reasons too, so
it's just not coming to me. I was driving my Lamborghini Countach and it disappeared on me. Damn.
Is there any dialogue with Peck and Shadow? No. Okay.
Damn. So we're gonna check back on DK in a little bit. 25 minutes is a long time to wait for an update, so we'll check back on Brady. Let's go see who else is on. And I do want to do a little bit of short. Okay, let's get to some Tekken 8 because we got to talk about that too. Dang, I forgot about that. Oh, she's not playing yet, but that's okay. We'll be back when the matches boot up. When did she start? Oh, okay, just a couple minutes ago. Okay, so we'll be back. Let's go look at some Tekken 8 and just talk about the debacle that is this update, bro. They updated this game and everybody hates it. Everybody hates the update. Let's see the video on it. Let's see the Tekken 8 update and just a fallout. Tekken 8, and then we're gonna go update and let's just listen to just the salt. Just everybody. Everybody is just salty. Just the salt.
Can I get some discussion starters for Moby Dick?
DK and Ink are the coolest two YouTubers of all time because they know what's going on and they come into Call of Duty. Yeah. And they don't be lying about stuff like that other dude. It's a couple of dudes that be lying.
When we saw the Tekken talk last week, we were worried, but we still had hope. Sure, it was a little odd that the characters they decided to show all seemed to follow the same philosophy of broken heat 50-50 mix-ups, but hey, it was just a couple characters, right? Surely they won't do that for every single character, and surely they won't double down on every single problem in Tekken 8, right? Right?
Buff, do anything you want.
The patch notes have been out for about 8 hours as I'm making this video, and I think this is the first ever Tekken update where literally.
Okay, so first of all, let me give this story a little background. So, the first season of Tekken 8 was like, it had the new mechanics in it, like with the heat mechanics and stuff, right? And so everybody was kind of getting adjusted to that, and so the way that I understand it, heat mode or whatever works kind of like Drive Rush in Street Fighter, where it's like it gives you like plus frames and you could do stuff. You you get to continue your turn and you get to keep pressing buttons, basically, right? And so the I guess like the issue with the Tekken 8 update for season 2 is that it just took that one mechanic that like, you know, gave people plus frames and allowed them to keep pressing buttons and just buff that to oblivion for everybody in the game. Whereas like in Street Fighter, there are some characters who leverage Drive Rush in different ways. And so it gives your character like some depth and you have to kind of figure out like what's good about your character and how to set up, you know, certain combos and what's optimal in certain situations. Well, Tekken 8 had that sort of complexity and layer of depth to it in season 1, but then when season 2 came out, they just buffed the pants off of everybody. So now everybody can just do anything in the game. And everybody is just pissed. Everybody is furious. The people are deleting the game. They're trying to refund it. They want their money back. People look at this boy. This boy, he got a video up here. He crying for 9 whole minutes. This just 9 minutes of crying right here that we getting ready to watch.
Nobody is happy with these changes. I haven't seen one person be positive. Even the most positive
Look at the Homan giant swing and running throw during heat. Let's see it.
figures in the community are questioning what Namco
Holy
was
smokes.
thinking with this patch. Coming into season 2, there were 3 overall things the community wanted.
You could just do that?
They wanted to tone down the 50-50 Heat casino gameplay, buff general defense, and rather than buffing characters, focus on nerfing them instead. As even the
Well, no, see, that's what I want to know. Why does somebody? I'm kind of upset with Tekken 8 because of the sister that they added is $7. Are you talking about Anna? That was like the DLC character, and it cost $7. How much was it supposed to cost? Because in Street Fighter, I think if you buy like one single character that they add, I think that's like $10. But I think Street Fighter is in a much better place than Tekken 8 right now. And then okay, so yeah, because some of the characters are supposed to be free now, they put money on. Oh well, yeah, that's weird. That is. Okay, so let's talk about this for a second, like buffs and nerfs, right? So if anybody is watching the stream and is not familiar with how fighting games work, generally what happens is that throughout the life of a fighting game, they change the characteristics of certain characters and then they add mechanics. So ultimately, at the end of the game's life cycle, all of the characters are able to do much more than they were on day 1 release, right? Which is inherently good because it makes the game more interesting. It adds depth. You learn more different ways to play the game, right? Well, the issue comes when we talk about balancing, right? Where we talk about, making things that are probably too strong, and we want to nerf those things. And then we talk about things that are not strong enough, and we want to buff those things, right? So nerfing and buffing is a part of like the balancing that goes on through like iteration after iteration of the game until it gets to like the final state of the game, which is like basically everybody being able to do everything and every character being like reasonably, like pretty good or having things about them that you would consider to be good. So, this Tekken 8 thing though, this is like taking it just to a whole nother level. They looked at the stuff that the player base wanted and said nope, and they just buffed everybody. They just gave them like they looked at everything that everybody wanted and just was like nope, and just gave them the final version of the game and just hung the phone up. And it does sound like they're gonna try to walk any of this stuff back either.
low tiers in this game weren't actually that weak. It was more so just the top tiers dominating. Nerfs over buffs. Tekken 8 Season 2 has gone against every single one of these things. They've completely doubled down on the 50-50 Heat Casino gameplay on basically every single character. No matter where you look, you're seeing new moves that take you into stance at +6 in Heat. You're seeing some of the most ridiculous mix-ups we've ever seen in Tekken history on some of these characters.
And people, and that's a net negative. Nobody likes that.
I was a younger lawyer in court, and the judge.
Okay, I get it with Clyde from Final Fantasy, but putting $8 on the sister is too much. I'd rather have a character for free. Yeah, fair.
You really hammered them.
Fair.
And I wanted to talk to you guys.
That's how I feel about Street Fighter with the costumes. Like they've been gatekeeping the costumes for so long, and then the next bundle of costumes, if they come out and those costumes are $1 higher than what we've been paying for them, I'm quitting the game. So does that make sense? Like what he just explained? They took all of the things that were annoying and seemed unfair about the game and just buffed them all. Like they just buffed everything about the game where everybody was like, oh my God, I kind of wish I didn't have to deal with this. Or like, oh my God, like it's kind of tough to, play my character and have fun because I have to deal with all of this other stuff like that the top tier has on top of like additional buffs that just really makes them even more difficult to deal with. And so now what happens is that you have this very top loaded game where it's like all of the best characters in the game just somehow got even better. And then all of the worst characters or like the lower tier characters in the game They got a slight buff, but they aren't nearly as competitive as they were in season one. So it's like for it, where you playing, whether you playing low tier, mid tier, or S tier character in the game, you have to deal with this. Like you have to deal with this. Okay, don't hit on me, bro, but I really wasn't into Street Fighter 6 that much, to be honest with you. I'm not mad about that at all because everybody has their own game. Like it, I'll be honest. I have taken extensive breaks from Street Fighter 6. I haven't played Street Fighter 6 on the channel, I think since like January. It's April, baby. So that lets you know right there how I feel about the game. Because Street Fighter 6 has the same problem. It's just low forward drive rush and fireball drive rush. Like that might as well be the title of the game. They might as well change the title of Street Fighter 6 to just Drive Rush Fighter 6, bro. But that's all it is. Yeah, I mean, well, what's difficult about Street Fighter 6 is picking out the optimal combo because the drive gauge is so important in that game. Like without that drive meter, like you really are at a disadvantage unlike any other fighting game that I have played. Even in Street Fighter 5 with like the V meter and the V system and all of that, I felt like that ultimately was a net positive for the game because other than that, the game didn't really have any flavor or variety until they allowed you to start using that V gauge and like mixing it up and making the V gauge crazy. Yeah, I love Street Fighter 6. Yeah, okay, name one fighting game that is really confusing to you. Tekken. Tekken. Just any Tekken game in general is just generally confusing to me.
Is now twice as strong. More
Yep,
characters than ever
Tekken.
are getting
Any
moves like
Tekken.
recover heat. They're getting moves like low heat smashes, which used to take up the full heat bar, but
Look at this. Full heat bar to partial heat spent. How is that fair?
now only take up a third. We're getting moves that completely shut down tracking, but are also plus on block. It's like, why go through the effort of buffing sidesteps if you're going to give every character a sidestep move that's +5 on block and stop sidestepping? I just can't understand it. Why would they do this? Not to mention that now from heat engagers, you can go into crouch, giving every character
Double Gen has the best 50-50 in the game now after heat engager.
ridiculous 50-50s.
Yeah, that was a tough 50-50 to read right there on that knockdown. What was he supposed to do? Was he supposed to roll left or right? There's a fighting game that they should bring back out again, and it's the original Soul Calibur. Agreed. A lot of people are clamoring about that, and I wouldn't be mad if it came back.
You thought Tekken 8 was a casino before, it is about to get so much worse. But that's not even the biggest problem in my opinion. Remember when I said overall we should look to nerf the top tiers rather than buff characters? Well, Namco said, not only are we going to buff all the low tiers, we're not going to nerf the top tiers. No, we're actually going to buff all the top tiers.
Right. See that? This is all in one heat bar.
Make them some of the most ridiculous characters we've ever seen in Tekken
Yeah,
history.
that doesn't seem fair.
What were they thinking with this? I cannot
Stance is chargeable with each step.
in any way. We already knew about the King
Different move properties depending on charge time. Holy.
and how completely ridiculous they were. But now we're seeing Brian, who is already a super broken character, got buffs for some reason. Why would they do this? Why does he have a low in heat that wall splats? A low that wall splats on counter hit and is -12 on block. Great. And remember how they said they were going to buff general defense in this patch? Well, unfortunately, what they showed in the Tekken talk is it. There's nothing else. There's nothing more than that. Sidesteps are better now, and you can buffer sidesteps, which does help for strings, but it's not going to be that much help when, again, every single character is getting god tracking moves now.
Right. That's what I was like. What was the point in buffing sidestep if everybody can track?
It gets even worse than that. If you're on Twitter, in which case I'm very sorry, you've probably seen a lot of crazy combos. Well, they've given pretty much every single character a strong aerial tailspin move, meaning wall carry just got 2 times better. Everywhere I go, I'm seeing...
Well, wall carry was already strong in Tekken. Like, let's be honest. Just like corner carry is very strong in Street Fighter, wall carry has always been strong in Tekken. So, like, you were already having to have, like, a game plan for that, like how to sidestep it or how to roll on a knockdown. But, like, yeah, sure. All right, I'll take it easy, bro. I'll see you in a little bit. Appreciate you for stopping by, baby.
Which gives her ridiculous damage. Devil Jin is getting over 100 damage from a Hell Sweep.
Holy
100
smokes.
damage from an unseeable hell sweep. Jin has been given like 3 new strong tailspin moves and is getting crazy combos. Basically, we all said the game is too aggressive and we need to buff general defense. And Namco responded by giving every character unbelievably strong combos. We're actually getting into Tekken Tag 2 territory with how damaging some of these combos are going to be. And it's very, very worrying for the longevity of this game. Get ready
Look
to
at
take
this. Look at that. Did y'all just see that? What was that? What was that?
every time you get hit by a Paul Death Fist. So many things are just wrong with this patch. How would they look at a character like Brian and think, his heat isn't good enough, let's give him more heat moves? Let's take a character like Reina, who was already strong, but had a weakness. She had pretty weak lows. So Namco decides, let's give her multiple heat smashes. She can use 3 heat smashes now before she loses her heat bar. And also a pretty safe neutral low that.
Hey, what's up, Cherry? Appreciate you for stopping back through. What's going on with you? You all right? We just looking at some Tekken 8 and listening to people cry about the game and how they feel like Season 2 kind of ruined the game. -12 is tough. That's good. That's good. You talked to Jellies? I haven't seen Jellies on in a minute.
Gives a guaranteed heat engager on counter hits.
Yeah, this is Tekken 8 that everybody's crying about right now. Apparently, like the Season 2 came out and they made a bunch of changes to the game that everybody hates. So we're just watching the video of them like break down everything that they hate. So it is a lot of fighting game jargon in here. So like, you know, like plus on block, -12, like stuff like that. You may not understand that if you're not familiar with fighting games, but they basically are referring to like the time in between moves. She's okay. I speak to her every day. She's been chilling for a while. Good. Everybody deserves, you know, a little bit of break. Especially from all that nonsense going on in those sweaty Modern Warfare 3 lobbies. Holy smoke. Just sitting there listening to it, and I'm like, oh my God, like guys, give it a break.
Oh, and speaking of her heat, let's give her a god plus on block option to get her into stance as well, because she really needed that. Who approved this? I seriously want to know how Namco even got this stuff off the drawing board. Kazuya is a legacy character whose weakness has always been sidewalking to the left. So what happens when Namco gives him a +5 on block sidestep move that completely eliminates stepping, and a safe on block tracking mid that does 40 damage in heat? What? They looked at Kazuya, a character who has some of the best heat in the game, and said, you know what? Let's make it better. Let's give him new heat moves. Let's make it so his enhanced hell sweep and his normal wall combo now give you heat back. And, oh yeah, we gave him a strong aerial tailspin, because why not?
Yeah, right there. Did you see that? That combo in the wall splat right there? That's some bullshit right there. Look at this.
And,
look at the, you see how the health bar, how the heat bar turned green? That's trash. That's trash, and I don't even play Tekken. That doesn't happen in Street Fighter. You don't get a corner combo for like 4,000 damage and get meter back, or at least not drive gauge. Yeah, maybe super, but you still have to land the super.
Yeah, we gave him a strong aerial.
This just looks like it just happens. Like you just press that.
Tailspin, because
you just do that.
Although I can't lie, Kazuya looks really cool. I'll probably be maining him. I just can't get behind most of the buffs in this patch. I can't go over all of them today, but pretty much every single
seems like you just do that.
Top tier received buffs, at least in some way. And it's all really weird stuff. Why does Dragunov now have a 12-frame while-standing launcher in heat that does 90 damage? So if he blocks a generic down back 4, you were going to take 90 damage if you're in heat. Who thought that was a good idea? Why does Clive get a new +4 on block neutral move that does 60 damage on counter hits? Why does Nina down forward 1-2 still jail? They even buffed it. Why are we giving Alyssa, one of the most oppressive characters in the game, a new infinite range mid that's plus on block? There's a lot of stuff I didn't mention too. Like a lot of characters.
When they say infinite range, does that mean it just goes from one side of the map to the next? I'm assuming that that's what he means. But yeah, that's kind of trash. That's trash. That would be like if E Honda headbutt was plus on block. Like if you blocked it and he was just in your face and could press buttons, it was still his turn. That would be trash.
Lost a lot of their identity.
And it's not the case in Street Fighter. One thing I do like about Street Fighter is that like those full screen moves are usually negative, but there are instances where they can be safe or can be plus. But most of the time, people who are playing the game are able to pick up on that relatively quickly, and so they know they kind of have a game plan on how to deal with that. But it doesn't seem like that in Tekken. It doesn't seem like when they have these just ridiculous moves that you would want to have a game plan for it. It stops your opponent from getting into like a long string and really punishing you. Tekken does not seem to have that. It just seems like the first person to just heat smash and connect with something is like the one that's just going to combo you to death. And that I could see how that would be kind of annoying.
In this patch, I'm not gonna lie, I feel really bad for Steve players. Yeah, he got some awesome buffs, but it feels like so much of the character's identity is being robbed away from him now. And I might be wrong here, but looking at Steve and some other characters, it seems like they've simplified a lot of execution in the game as well, which is just disappointing to see. Oh, and don't get me started on the Lee changes. And we didn't even mention Feng Wei. I could talk about how bad these changes are all day. I didn't even mention how they've significantly nerfed Oki in this patch. I'm planning to make a full video going over this in depth.
How did really? Wow. Well, so what? Okay, so Tekken players. Tekken, if it's anybody who plays Tekken in chat, how do you usually handle Oki? Do you just back roll and block? So are they saying that you can't do that anymore? You can't back roll and just block? Because that's how you handle Oki in Street Fighter. You just back roll and then block. But if you have like a player that's like really down with the oppression, then you just invincible wake up or drive reverse. And it's simple. So is it not like that in Tekken? Is that not? I don't understand.
Because it's actually a very huge change that not many people have talked about yet, but they've essentially made Oki completely brain dead in this game. All the interesting situations where you could get a follow-up after a combo if they didn't quick stand have been removed. Now you'll just automatically do a quick stand just by pressing back. There's no nuance to this anymore. With this change, they've essentially removed all the risk when you are knocked down. Now, after a throw or after any scenario, you can just hold back and safely get up. Also now, when you've been...
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's no 50-50 when you get up anymore. I thought that was like just general, just all fighting games had that.
Knocked down with your face facing towards the opponent, which is supposed to be a super advantage position for the attacker, you can also press back to do a quick back roll. Why is this a thing? There's a lot of other smaller stuff we could mention, like how a lot of the new moves are animated pretty horribly. I've seen only a couple people talking about this, but it seems like they've reused a ton of moves to try and work them into being new moves, and they just look so stiff and weird. There are some standouts and some really cool new animations, but a lot of them just kind of look cheap. Am I the only one who thinks this? As I'm sure you can expect, the game has been completely review bombed on Steam.
Dang, look at that, bro. Damn, look at that, bro. Damn. And I'm not gonna lie, when I was watching the trailer for Tekken 8, I was gonna play Tekken. I was planning on buying it. I was waiting for it to go on sale because I'm not a big Tekken fan or a big Tekken player. But I was gonna play Tekken 8. Like I was gonna try to spend some time with it too and like get good at it. But not no more.
You can't go anywhere without seeing someone complaining. Even the people whose mains got huge buffs are not happy with these changes, and it's pretty easy to see why. I just can't understand what their philosophy was going into this. They know what the reception is. They've seen it. They know people have a huge problem with how overtuned offense is in this game. So why would they double down? At first, I thought maybe it's because casuals would be happy with this, but I honestly can't even see casuals being happy with this. They're just going to get frustrated because the game just got 100 times more matchup checky, gimmicky, and honestly unfair. I'm going to be honest, guys. I'm really, really worried about the future of Tekken 8. Me and a lot of other content creators have said that a lot is riding on Season 2. The game has had a pretty bad reputation for most of its life, and this needed to succeed. And not only is this, in my opinion, not a success, this is a pretty huge fumble on the Tekken team's parts. I'm worried about the longevity. I can't see this game...
Yeah, see, I thought for sure that Season 2 would be like an opportunity for new Tekken players to get into the game, but it just sounds like everybody's leaving the game, like nobody wants to play.
If they just don't learn from their mistakes. I really hope this stuff gets fixed. Of course, it's still very early. This is just day 1 of Season 2. A lot of stuff could change, but to be honest,
I don't think they're going to do anything.
The core issues can be fixed here. I don't know if there's a lot of counterplay that's going to be found for these characters doing 140 damage in their combos now.
I don't think they're going to do anything at all. I think they're going to leave the game just like that until another season drops. I think they're going to leave it just like that. I don't see why you would go through the the difficulty of creating a patch and redoing all the animations and the values and all of that and just changing all the mechanics, only to undo all of that and walk all of that back. Like I mean, that happens with most fighting games too. That really is what happens with most fighting games, chat. Just in case y'all didn't know, one of the major things that happens with fighting games is that there are periods of time where people stop playing the game. You know, like unless you're a competitive player where you're playing for like money all the time and you're in tournaments all the time. I mean, to be fair to all of the other games, I don't want to say better, but there are also interesting games that you could be playing while you are also playing you some Street Fighter, or playing you some Tekken, or playing you some, you know, Fatal Fury, or playing you some retro games or something. You know, there's a lot of pockets of communities for gaming in general, but the FGC seems to be like the most transient community in terms of like the games that they play, and they kind of jump from like title to title and find what's good about the game and what sucks about the game. And then like the enthusiasts, like the purists, like the Smash community, for example, like they just are always playing Smash. That's why Smash Bros is like one of the most popular fighting games. A lot of people feel like that's one of the best fighting games ever made. And like me, for example, like I play Street Fighter, and I love me some Street Fighter. I've sunk thousands of hours into Street Fighter 5 and 6, especially recently. But it's not uncommon for you to boot up that stream and see me playing some Third Strike, or see me playing some Marvel versus Capcom or something like that, or you know, or playing some Fatal Fury, or playing some SNK versus Capcom or something like that. I'll be booting them games up all the time, bro, because that's kind of what it is to be like a FGC community member. You know what I'm saying? You get a chance to dabble in the entire lexicon of fighting games. You know what I'm saying? Not just that one. So that's tough. That's brutal. Brutal. It's brutal to see people be like, you know what, I don't want to play this anymore. And like if that was your game, you see what I'm saying? Like if that was your game for real, like if you was really hyped for the Tekken, and then all of a sudden it just got trash, and now you don't want to play it anymore. Like dang.
Have to guess over and over. We need an emergency patch. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about Season 2. I'm actually really curious if there's going to be anyone to come and defend it, because I haven't seen that yet, but there must be some people who are in favor of this. Let us know in the comments.
Y'all think they gonna patch this? I don't.
That's about all I've got for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe to support the channel.
That sort of things ruin the game for the players. Yeah, it does. It does. It definitely does. Because what should be happening is that like I said, you know, throughout the life cycle of a fighting game, what happens is that players get, you know, characters get nerfed, characters get buffed, and so what's good in the game and what's not good in the game changes over time. And so ultimately when you get to like the final like update for the game, what you are left with is like characters that are certainly not the same when the game released, and so that adds complexity and replayability to the game and makes people want to play the game and get better at it, right? But what sounds like is happening with Tekken 8 here is that they just skipped like all of that support that should have been in the middle and just gave them like the final version of the game and was like, here you go, baby. And then the shit that people were really bent out of shape about, they didn't do anything about that at all. So like not only did you buff players that were already, I mean buff characters that were like super strong in the game and made them like impossible to deal with now, you also raised the floor on all of the low tier characters in the game that are not as good as the S tier characters in the game, and made them more difficult to deal with. Absolutely not. Completely tone deaf update. L Tekken. L Tekken. It would be like it would be like if Call of Duty took every gun in the game and just buffed them all. Like if there were no bottom to the weapon pool. Like if there were no guns that were just like not good, and they took all of the weapons in Call of Duty and made them fry like they were DLC weapons. What happens is that the game gets boring. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's kind of what's fun about Call of Duty, right? Like you have guns that are not that great, and then you combine that with like player skill level. And so like players that are really good a lot of times will try to challenge themselves by using weapons that are not that great. And that's fun for them. But in the case of Tekken 8, they just kind of took all of that off the table They said, hey, you know what? Whether your character is good or bad, or whether or not you're good or bad at the game, we're just gonna buff everybody. And so now everybody is like, you see what I'm saying? Thank you. Exactly. Case in point, I always blame the gun when I don't get the kill. It doesn't have anything to do with the skill level of the player. You know, it has to do with the properties of the weapons that they use. And so if I said, hey, you know what, I could give somebody that's cheeks at the game, like a 0.3 KD, and give them a gun that's just as good in the hands of a player that has like a 3 KD. Like, how is that fun for both of them? You see what I'm saying? How is that fun for the high skill player, and how is that fun for the low skill player? Like you see what I'm saying? Like, it takes the competitiveness or what's interesting about a weapon or a loadout. It takes all of that off the table. All of that is gone now. And sorry to Tekken 8. Sorry to this man. I'm sorry to this man. It's always a skill issue with me. Either I hide and miss, or rush and run straight into someone true. Yeah, same. I feel like that happens to me quite often. And even when I'm playing like 1v1s or like 2v2s or whatever, like I'm usually like very aggressive in those situations or whatever. And sometimes the weapon that you have gives you the advantage when you add a position, or sometimes the weapon that you know, like the way you use the weapons. I did play Warzone the other day though. How was that? Did you get a dub? How was that? Rank game? I don't want to watch it. Ingrid in season 3. Leave me alone. This extraction shooter feels like a horror game. Let's see it. See what he's talking about. Get out of here.
Forbidden right now.
Let's see what this is. What is this game?
What if I went right to the underground?
But yeah, chat, that sucks. That's real tough. That's tough to deal with when you have you know, the options, like the variables taken away from a player base, and then everybody is kind of like given the same set of tools to work with. And so it what it does is it creates an even bigger gap between like the high skill players and like the casual player, and a monstrous gap between like the casual player and the Timmy. You see what I'm saying? Or like the potato, the Billy goats. You know, the baby butt. The people who are just playing the game for the first time. Like, you give them guns that are good, okay? And so now that's frustrating for the good players because they're getting killed by the Billy goats. But then, you know, the good players, or like the cracked players, they also have these really super strong, really good guns. And they just are running around the map pooping on the Billy goats and then pooping on the Timmy. So it's like, who is having fun here? Nobody's having fun.
The strat.
Okay, chat, what is this? Did he say what this game is? What is this? We're gonna watch it for a little bit, give him like maybe like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. Give me 1 second here. I heard some footsteps. Is he gonna die right here? I think he might die right here. There's a guy like right there. There may be a bot that's close to him that's doing all that yapping.
They're not firing over here. I'm running M62.
M62? Holy.
Oh. You give us away? I think that alarm is someone going into the actual armory right now.
The M110. So that's like a Tempest Torrent that he running in his hands right there. So we should see if it does a lot of damage, which it should. It should shred.
Right?
You got some 7.62 in there. Let's see if somebody get clapped up right here. Is that a bot? Is that a bot? That might be a bot. Is that armor? Go pick it up. Whoa. Shoot that Timmy. Oh. Okay, yeah, so that gun he has is really strong. He just fried that guy. That must have been a bot. It had to have been a bot. He just fried that guy. Their weapon is unsilenced, so I wonder if anybody heard. They probably had to have heard.
That footstep.
Take that, bro.
Surprisingly, no one has hit the safe.
Safes in this game? Is this arena breakout?
I'll go this way.
Not gonna lie, bro. This be the
40,
yeah.
That's 45 grand, chat. Did I loot this? No.
That magazine is 45 grand. Holy. How does he know that? Where did it say that?
I don't think I can put that there. Oh, I can. I have to remember, I don't have a ton of ammo. I should probably grab a bot gun.
Yeah, I was gonna say you should probably grab a bot. Since silenced or unsilenced doesn't seem to matter. Bot nade.
Right.
UV lamp, okay. AK mag. 10 mag.
That way I have something to weapon swap to.
It's some chopping going on out there.
Preserve my expensive ammo.
There's definitely some chopping going on out there. You heard that? Somebody's getting chopped up. Yeah, wow. Empty loot crate. Wow. Get that yellow
Or M32 is good.
What is that? A headset?
No. Yeah, this is Arena Breakout Infinite, guys.
Okay, I was wondering. I was like,
Link
what is
in the
this?
description below.
Okay, so Arena Breakout. Dropping some frames right here. It seems smooth, though. Seems smooth.
Tactical accessory case. Yo.
Let's go, man. Got a scope. Turn up. I'm trying to see somebody get clapped. This is what I don't like about Arena. You know, like these extraction shooters. They play so slow.
Back this way and try and hit the safe. Thoughts?
Fine with it. Oh. Oh. All right, chat. I think I got some other stuff I need to do. Let me jump back on here real quick. And I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. It was a good little yap sesh. I enjoyed everybody who hung out. I appreciate everybody who pulled up and showed some love, man. Appreciate V for the bit. You know, appreciate CC pulling up as always. We all going to hell. That's my boy. Cherry pulled up. Austin was up in this thing. He pulled up. Who else was here? Let's see. See who else hung out. Popeye was in here. Appreciate Popeye for pulling up and showing us some love.
Oh my god.
Working in that lurking. Affidels was up in here. Appreciate that love as well. You know, she dropped a lot of good insight on South of Midnight. So I think I might get that. Queen Tay love slid through. Appreciate that, baby. Shadow pulled up as always. He was showing some love as well. So Yeah, a lot of good, lot of good energy in the building today, man. I will be back later tonight, and we gonna let's see
Activation.
reactions like a dead cat. Cheer. Excuse me, I'm sorry, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead on and get up out of here, man. Let's let's raid out real quick. Let's go ahead on and raid out. Raid out, baby.
Normally it tells me when something's going to be opening up here. Wait, I thought that the outer door had already been triggered. I thought I heard the alarm already.
Let's go ahead on and raid out. Who do we want to raid? See? Any suggestions? Anybody? See who is on. Let's raid.
You got gifted a sub? Yo, hell yeah, dude. GG, bruh.
Oh yeah, we could raid Shadow. Raid Shadow.
Oh, 2 different doors.
Let's raid out to Shadow real quick.
Mine
And
is already so thick.
check in on Shadow, see what he up to.
Have anything other than like purples and golds.
Raid out to my boy. My boy. Go ahead on and raid.
You dead people.
Raid out to my boy. What's up, chat?
Someone spawned here and looted that. Wait, dead player.
All right, chat. Love y'all. Y'all be good. Take care of yourselves. We're gonna check in on Shadow a little bit later on. I got some stuff I need to take care of. But I will be back soon, all right? I love y'all, man. Y'all take care of yourselves. Y'all drink some water. Don't be out here hating. Be nice. Show love. Give some hugs out. And I'll talk to y'all boys next time, all right? I love y'all, man. I'm out. Peace.